Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We are group 10. Is member name Alias Nanadila, Marita Simanula, and Ehan Nurmayanti. Okay, we will presentation the topic about the role of IT and CIT in cross-cultural communication, translation, qualification, research, and professional development in translation, and the last conclusion. The next, the role of IT and CIT in cross-cultural communication. Okay, the translation as a profession and discipline has been taken for granted for a long time. It was always considered a part of language teaching and learning, while the practice of translation has been established for centuries. The development of the file into an academic discipline, all which pledged toward the end of the 20th century. Before that, translation had often been relegated to an element of language learning. The translation was regarded as secondary to language learning, and teaching the translation method was used to teach reading in a second or foreign language class and word sound abandoned sound learner called read the original text. With the rise of the RESEARH method and communicative approach, the grammar translation method lost its influence. The use of the modern tongue was discouraged. The next two move from translation as text to translation as culture and politics is where Mary's Neil Hornby from the culture turn translation of right beyond linguistic, as Anthony Fim argues. That translation is thus operating not just on words, but on the way culture perceive their relation. In a nasal translation process involves not only finding the equivalent of the word in the short text, but also considering the cultural employing and cultural context that underline the short text and how they will be transferred in the term of the culture of the target text. This dynamic, culturally oriented approach gained employment for decades. Translation research continued to evolve in the rapid pace and involve more discipline. Even a notable characteristic has been the interdisciplinarity of recent research in translation, involving various disciplines such as linguistics, comparative, literature, cultural studies, philosophy, sociology, and history. The next slide for Ali Hasna Nadir.
Okay, thank you, Marita. Thank you, Nurmayanti. And in a nutshell, translation process involves not only finding the equivalence of the words in the source text, but also considering the culture, influence, and culture context that underlie the short text and how they will be transferred in terms of the culture of the target text. This dynamic, culturally oriented approach gains influence for decades. Translation research continued to evolve in a rapid pace and involved more discipline. Even a notable characteristic has been the interdisciplinarity of research in translation, involving various disciplines such as linguistic, comparative literature, cultural study, philosophy, sociology, and history. And translator qualification. Translator must always keep abreast with the latest development and technology to survive the 21st century. Here are some of the requirements to be translator. Summary from various search. Native fluency in a target language and a search language. Professional experience in their flight of expertise. First-hand experience with the same culture as the target audience. A higher education. And last, native fluency in the target language act. With the implementation of ASEAN Economic Community, the competition is getting tighter. Indonesian translator must work hard and always improve their quality because this challenge that translator face may at the same time serve as opportunities. It depends on the translator how to prepare for it. And this is different figure 1 and 2. And research and professional development in translation. Research and professional development in translation are based on Holmes' map of translation study, figure 1 and 2. Translation study have two branches, pure and applied. The pure branch consists of theoretical and descriptive. The descriptive branch has three possible voices. Examination of 1, the product, 2, the function, and 3, the process. The applied branch of Holmes' framework concern and translator training, which includes teaching methods, testing techniques, curriculum design, and translator aids, dictionaries, grammar, and information technology. Translator criticism, the evaluation of translation, the revision and review. And the next slide, Marita Simanula. Sorry, Marita, masih di mute.
Okay, thank you, Alia. The next slide, research professional development in translation. There are still plenty of rooms for improvement in terms of research and professional development. Students can conduct research in translation by following the map. The map can be applied as the point of departure which student and translator can begin their research and professional journeys. Next slide. Okay, the next slide. Conclusion. As the world is getting more globalized and unified, the regard of cultures in increasingly bigger, the 21st century, with all its challenges and opportunities, have become an uncharted priority for translator with the advance of information and technology. Translation, which used to be regarded only as a linguistic endeavor, began to take its cultural turn. The challenges faced by translation in the era of multimedia and internet are the new modes of translation and interpreting. The challenges also serve as opportunities, as the internet and technology have proven helpful in assisting translators to their jobs. Okay, thank you guys. This is an explanation from us, Group 10, about cultural turn in transition. And if you have something to ask, you can ask in the comments column. Thank you.